doctor comes up and looks at Frazier. I think it's going to be over. It's all over.
Sports Unwrapped. Gear up for a helmet journey. In 1893, Admiral Joseph Reeves introduced the first ever football helmet from moleskin. The 1900s kicked off with soft leather caps, evolving into iconic leather heads by the year of 1920s. Thanks to John Riddell for the plastic helmet in 1939. Fast forward to 1943, mandatory in-game but lacking flair until 1948, when Fred Gehrke paints the Rams' emblem, earning a standing ovation. In the 1950s, Coach Paul Brown pioneers the single face bar. Material and style evolved until the 1990s, when radio transmitters hit the scene for a better game. Today, helmets undergo lab testing for unparalleled safety. Witness it in action on the NFL grounds.
This stadium in northwest London has not only witnessed the dance of athletes, but also become a silent spectator to the symphony of legendary concerts and momentous events. The first ever 1923 White Horse Cup final was held here, and even King George V was in attendance. The first games of the 1948 Olympics were held here, ending the 12-year hiatus caused by the war. One of the most legendary moments in English football was, of course, made in Wembley Stadium, as England beat West Germany in the final of the 1966 World Cup. In 1985, Live Aid, which was a fundraising concert witnessed by nearly 40% of the world's population, was held here. All of this is but a fragment of why the Wembley Stadium is a hallowed ground.
Patrick Mahomes signed a groundbreaking contract in NFL history. Yet, for the other deals, Justin Herbert hits the third spot of the Los Angeles Chargers, signing a 5-year, $262.5 million deal at the age of 25. Joe Burrow for the second spot, deemed as the transformative force for the Cincinnati Bengals. At the age of 26, he secured a groundbreaking 5-year, $275 million deal. Of course, kicking off our list at the top is Patrick Mahomes. At the age of 24, he received a 10-year, $450 million deal with the Kansas City Chiefs, considering it as the most rewarding deal in the history of the NFL. NFL. Catch it all on Blast Sports.
Sports in the year 2004.
2004, history has been made. Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing.
Michael Schumacher is the unprecedented 7th world title at the team's 700th Grand Prix.
Now comes Lance Armstrong, again with all of his rivals under his nose.
Jorge Masvidal scores the fastest knockout in UFC history. Launching into our top 3, Todd Duffy in 2009 unleashed his right hand on Tim Hague, crashing him for just 7 seconds. Next up, Dwayne Ludwig's 2006 UFC comeback made an explosive mark, ending in just 6 seconds with a first-punch knockout against Jonathan Goulet. Wrapping up the list, Jorge Masvidal seized the crown of UFC greatness with a remarkable 5-second flying knee against Ben Askren at UFC 239. He holds the title for both the greatest knockout and the fastest recorded in UFC history. Catch UFC exclusively on Blast Sports. Sports Unwrapped. Ever heard of the Rahat? Ancient Egyptians used their palms called Rahat to play tennis, which is said to be the origin of the word racket. After suffering from many finger injuries, French monks began wearing designed leather gloves and finally upgraded to wooden paddles in the 14th century, paving the way for the modern racket. From using palms to paddles, tennis has quite the journey. Stick around for more fascinating facts.
Sports in the year 2010.
Only the Netherlands and Spain are left. Surely now! Surely now! Spain have won the World Cup for the first time in history!
And now winner of his 8th World Championship, Pacquiao!
50 years ago? Wow.